The Indiana Rail Experience is an expansion of the popular experiences that the Fort Wayne Railroad Historical Society has spent 50 years offering every time it takes the 765 out on the road. A lot of things make this year extra special. It's the 50th anniversary for the Fort Wayne Railroad. It's the 30th anniversary for our host at the Indiana Northeastern Railroad. All of the stars aligned to somehow make this year the year that we were able to partner with the company here and to bring our locomotive all across their 100-mile railroad line. We've had all of these great pieces, but we never really had the chessboard to put the pieces on. So we've got the locomotive, we've got a passenger train set that we're building up, and we've got a remarkable host railroad that sees the value and sort of the halo effect of what you can do when you bring a steam locomotive to town.
Just watching people's reactions from the tool car, hearing people's stories, whether their fathers, grandfathers, aunts, uncles worked on the railroad, just seeing people's general excitement, because you don't really see a lot of frowns around this machine. When I was 6 years old, my grandmother took me down to a little lake town on Lake Erie to see the 611 come down, and it was about as theatric of a day as you can imagine, or a theatric morning. It was all gray and cloudy and all that, and I was wondering why are we down by the train tracks, and all of a sudden, here comes this big black monster just roaring into town, and it's thundering, it's shaking the ground and all that. As a 6-year-old, my body was shaking out of fear, and that all of a sudden turned into a fascination that's lasted me the past 30 years. And ever since I saw that locomotive storm in, I knew I had to get my hands on one of these locomotives one day and learn how to operate them and how to run them.
I got a job opportunity at WLNS TV6 in Lansing, Michigan, and obviously since I lived about 30 minutes away from the Steam Railroading Institute, I wanted to basically learn what it took to maintain and operate a big mainline steam locomotive like 1225, but I also want a better appreciation for what it took to do that. And I can assure you, it's not easy. A lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, it's very well worth it.
There's a magnetism to steam railroading that is so special, but unless we draw people from every walk of life into this magic kingdom, it won't sustain itself, it won't be profitable, it won't continue. At the forefront of our mission of preserving and making railroad history, we're trying to share that history, trying to share that magic with every single person that we can.
The chase this morning was fantastic. I did a lot of planning on this using Google Maps, but really the most helpful way to learn the locations was riding yesterday in the open air car, and that was just an absolute blast. For me, my primary focus and interest lies in the railroads that serve the Toledo area. We're running a nickel plate road engine with Pennsylvania cars, a New York Central car on former Wabash and New York Central trackage that would have originated out of my neck of the woods. And it's just an absolutely incredible experience to be able to drive 90 minutes from my house to see a steam locomotive, a large one at that. I love big trips like this when we have a layover period, and a great way to invite people and increase local economy spending is if you take a trainload of people and bring them downtown to see all those local restaurants and those local shops and arts and crafts stores. It's all very important, and it's great for a local economy, and it helps let people know about these towns that may fly off of everybody's maps because they're not the big city.
I always believe in the idea of showing support, not only here to what we do at SRI and as well as Fort Wayne, but anywhere, no matter where there's steam, or obviously if there's a museum, tourist railroad, nonprofit organization, show the support, come out here, ride, spread the word, anything like that, and ultimately enjoy the experience overall.
I'm excited that we are operating here on the Indiana Northeastern because it affords us a great opportunity to share the locomotive with an audience that we haven't shared it with before. We haven't had many opportunities in the past to operate out of Fort Wayne. Now we're right in the backyard, and people are kind of discovering this hidden gem that's right in their neighborhood. So we're exposing the locomotive to thousands and thousands of families and people, and creating memories and experiences.
Having a venue like this, being able to operate multiple times throughout the year, allows us to really customize what we're doing to the local markets and people that live here and vacation here. This is a romantic sensory experience. It's unlike anything you can do within several hours drive, and it's right here in these people's communities and in their backyards. And we're bringing people from 22 different states and 3 different countries to these communities as well. We'll have 400 people a day on our steam excursions. Over 1,000 people have bought tickets for the Little River train rides. So that's quite a number of people that wouldn't normally be here on a weekend in Hillsdale, which is pretty special. The more people we can get to think about what used to be here, the more they can appreciate about what we still have left, and hopefully view their community and the assets in their community in a whole different way. It doesn't just end with the train, it ends with the memories that the families make, it ends with the businesses and the customers they're able to serve. This is a cultural amenity, this is a roving tourist attraction, this is that extra bit of something special that creates good feelings. It makes people happy. Today's a great example of what happens when you can run an all-day excursion with a mainline steam locomotive. I'm really proud that we've been able to do it this year, and the sky is really the limit here as a part of what we're building.